So easy to be in despair, hard to believe there is repair. I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. Why am I so afraid? The road back to me seems far away, but you say take it day by day. The journey seems long and slow. You light the path with a soft glow. I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. Why am I so afraid? Ooh, why am I so afraid? Why am I so afraid? Why am I so afraid? I know you are there for me. I pray the promises are true, that lightness comes when I surrender to you. If I open my eyes and see the beauty of life waiting for me, I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. I know you're calling for me. Why am I so afraid? Why am I so afraid?
Living in the day-to-day, I sometimes push my dreams away, worried that the hours are running thin. But each time I walk away from me, there's a pull of who I used to be. That old familiar pang is coming through. I struggle to remember then, the edge of fear is like a friend. I walk the line as I am hoping to get in the flow, like the wind blows through the trees, like a river running with great ease. On a silky sunlit day, it's so carefree. Get in the flow, don't you know that it's smooth as ice? When you're in it, moving twice as nice, gliding through the world, all see.
Good morning, everybody. In the sanctuary, at home, wherever you happen to be in the world, we are thrilled to be coming at you live from Columbine Spiritual Center this beautiful Sunday. We've got a great guest artist with us today, brand new to our lineup. This is Antonio Lopez. Woo!
Are you brother moon? Are you sister sun? Won't you just come out? Won't you just come out from mother's earth? See your father's eyes. Won't you just come out? Won't you just come? When we plant the seeds, the seasons stop to bleed. Uncle, a big black hole burned out. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I can feel you reflecting. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Protect me. When we plant the seeds, seasons stop to bleed. Won't you just come out? Won't you just come? Through all space and time, gravity of now, an assembly of dust, till we rust. Through all space and time, the gravity of now, an assembly of dust, till we rust. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Reflecting. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I can feel you protect me. I can't see you, but I know you're there. Reflecting. I can't see you, but I know you're there. I can feel you protecting. Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Pleasure to be here this morning.
And with that, we say, welcome to Columbine Spiritual Center. We're centered in God. We celebrate a world of harmony, peace, abundance, and sunflowers for all. We ask you to stand up and join us as we sing some great joy songs with our dear friend Bonnie. All right, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed It is so true. Yours, mine, everybody's. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength that's in you. And so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you. And so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the grace that's in you. I see the courage in you. I see the heart that's in you. And so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the beauty in you.
I see the beauty in you.
And I see the power in you.
I see the power in you.
And I see the greatness in you.
I see the greatness in you.
And I see the goodness in you.
I see the goodness in you.
Oh, and so it is. 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 Yeah, you guys sound great. Have a seat. I guess we're on a Daniel Nahmod kick today. We're going to prepare our hearts and our minds and our bodies for prayer and meditation. So we just invite you to plant your feet, feel yourself in your chair, straighten your spine, deepen your breathing, connect with your belly, and let's sing about sacred love. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. God's sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. God's sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want
And I just invite you to take a deep breath with me and let out any tension that you may feel and just come to this place. Feel the groundedness, feel the centeredness, and begin to open up to the divine nature of love. Divine Spirit, thank you for this time together. Thank you for bringing us all together to remember love, to remember that we are creative spirits, that our souls are here to expand. And we bring everybody that's here in this room, everybody that's watching online, we expand that out into the world. And we hold that space of love, of knowing that God is here. It may not always seem easy. We don't understand what's happening, but we have to trust and know that God is present. That even in difficult times, whether it's in our own personal lives or in the lives of the world, that we are being held by the grace of Spirit. We are being held by the grace of knowing that we are surrounded with the unbridled love of divinity. And we send our healing and our peace and our prayers to the other side of the world. And we hold a knowing that God is there. And as we move into a time of meditation, we allow that Spirit to fill us, that love, that knowing of exactly who we are and the worthiness that we all hold and that connection to divine.
You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. God's sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
So Antonio Lopez has been on my radar for a little while, but we haven't had the great fortune of having him with us until now. He has an amazing new album out, even on vinyl, and you can see him all over the place. In fact, Theo just said that he was at the library in Longmont and was stunned and so pleased to see that he was with us today. Please welcome Antonio.
Needs no sword, for her heart is made of stillness. Draws no borders, claims no flags, just expands her lungs with fullness. The weapons that she wields are compassion and insight. It's not a battle between the good guys and the bad guys. We all contain the shadows and the light. Down her pride, opens her heart to listen, uses her quiver of words carefully, a century on a cushion. The weapons that she wields are compassion and insight. It's not a battle between the good guys and the bad guys. We all contain the shadows and the lights. Take off your armor, let your light shine. Break down the barriers, they're only in your mind. Take off your armor, let your light shine. Break down the barriers, they're only in your mind. 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 Of compassion can burn us up. Gotta temper it with cold wisdom. From that space we can understand the radical interdependence of our systems. The weapons that we wield all compassion and insight. It's not a battle between the good guys and the bad guys. We all contain the shadows and the light. Y'all contain the shadows and the light.
Yes. Antonio Lopez, Larry Thompson, Bill Shannon. That's an Antonio original.
How's that? Okay, there I am. Antonio, thank you so much. And that song was perfect. And Janice and Bill and Larry, thank you so much for these gifts. Oh, look at all these beautiful faces out there. Oh, so special. Thank you all for being here today. Not only for being here, but being here for me. I appreciate that. So we are studying The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. And when I found this book on my bookshelf, I still had the little tag from buying it in the bookstore from 2014. So we brought it up before. I think we may have done a book study on it. Does anybody remember if we did a book study on it? Teresa's back there saying yes. I know for me that I have really found that I may have paid attention to something the first time, and it isn't until it comes back around, till I've had more opportunity in my life to grow, till I've had more depth of learning, that something really comes in and hits me like here. And this really hit me like that. Because she's inviting us to let go of who you think you're supposed to be. Who you think you're supposed to be. And embrace who you are. And she came with this from shame, right? She came with this by being a researcher and sort of studying these things about us that are these unique pieces of us that are our shadows. What an incredible song. Perfect for today. It's always amazing how it works out to be perfect. We are the shadow and the light. And we get caught up in the shadow. And so she's using the 10 guideposts of how to have a wholehearted life. And most of us would love to live a wholehearted life, and many of us are better at some of the guideposts and not as good at some of the guideposts. And before Sue brought this book up to be a talk series, I was at the gym for like the one time a month that I go to the gym. I have the membership, I don't go. Anyway, I'm at the gym, and I decide to listen to a podcast, and so I pull up a podcast, and it's Brené Brown talking about the 10-year anniversary of this book with her sisters. And they were so honest, and they were so genuine, and they were just sharing of themselves, and they were talking about how we're not perfect at all these 10 things, and the things that they're better at and not as good at. And she has on her website, you can go and actually take a little guidepost test and see. She calls it how full is your tank. So it's not necessarily that you're good or successful. It's like, is your tank full on this? Is it medium? Is it low? So I suggest that you do that. So can I have the guideposts, Lisa? So these are the 10 guideposts, and we are in week 6. And what I love about this graphic is that it shows the guideposts that we're working towards, and it shows the things that we're letting go of. So today, we are working on creativity and letting go of comparison. Ooh. I don't know about you, but I compare myself to other people. Comparison and competition. Comparison and competition. And she starts the chapter really talking about when she was a kid and that unbridled energy we have as children to have creativity. Because no one has told us yet that you can't be a little toddler. Who's seen the TikTok videos? There's a million of them, of those little babies just dancing their ass off, right? So cute. How many of us, if I said, stand up and dance right now, would just dance with wild abandon? Peary would. Yay! Scarlett would. I might. But when we are little, we color and we dance and we sing. And it isn't until somebody looks at your picture and says, "What is that?" "Oh, that doesn't look like an elephant to me." "Oh, your voice isn't very good." "Oh, you look funny." "Oh, that outfit. You left the house in that outfit?" Who remembers middle school? Oh my God. You thought you looked so good. And then you walked into the cafeteria and didn't feel so much. We get broken down. Our whole childhood is about that. The first 20 years of our life is really about this conforming, learning how to conform. And then we spend the whole rest of our life trying to break away from that, the entire rest of our life. It doesn't end until the day we die. And then the day we die, we go, "Oh, there it is." Someone just recently told me a story, actually, it just came to me when I did that, about her husband passing. And right before he passed, he looked up and he said, "There it is." How beautiful is that? So I love that Brene brings this authenticity, this vulnerability in, because we're not really rewarded for that when we're younger. And so it's actually new, I think. I think there's a real movement that's happening in the world to be more of the light, to not conform. It's not the 50s. We don't all have to look the same. And then we had the hippie generation, in which my mom was in, running topless in that field. Someone told me a story. "Oh, I remember your mom. She was running topless through a field." She's smiling. My middle name is Little Flower. I was really born a hippie. And then it kind of, there was this pulling back. But we are in a place now where we are moving forward. And it is obvious, actually, in what's happening with Ukraine. We are not having it. As a society, as a world, I think we're feeling different about it. We see it differently. And we want to be more of a united people. And so when I think of what Brene is offering us, and creativity was my topic, most of us would say, "But I'm not creative." Who says they're not creative? There's a few hands up. Who thinks they're wildly creative? Yay! So being raised Buddhist and not being raised Christian, I think it's funny that one of the things I thought about was the beginning of the Bible is, in the beginning, God creating the heavens and the earth. And the word that he uses, created. And we think of creativity as coloring. We think of creativity as sewing or beautiful music or creating something that is unique and different. No one's ever done this before. So that is the definition of creativity. I say no. What I want you to hear from me is you are uniquely created by Source. You are divinity. You are uniquely your own person. That Spirit brought through and to you gifts and values and ideas and sparks and abilities that were given to you. They were given uniquely to each and every one of you, and we dim our light because we compare. Because we spend so much time comparing and competing. I love that song. There is no good or evil. We spend so much time saying who's good, who's bad, who's light, who's dark. So the first quote from Brene speaks to this. And it says, "It's easy to see how difficult it is to make time for the important things such as creativity, gratitude, joy, and authenticity when we're spending enormous amounts of energy conforming and competing." To me, conforming means that you're going to be less than. Conforming means that you're willing to morph and play small and be whoever someone wants you to be to fit in, to be accepted. And competing means that we're looking for who's better. And I'm going to call myself out. I don't know, sometimes you're driving around and you see someone's neighborhood, and you see someone's yard, and you go, that's amazing. Or you go, what were they thinking? Usually when people come to ours, it's a little of both. We always have something really cool, and then we have something people are like, what are you guys doing over here? But what if we didn't do that? What if we allowed ourselves to be our truest selves? What if we allowed ourselves to be our unique selves, these gifts that were given to us by Source? And when I think of creating, so I'm going to claim myself as an artist because I love to do art. And what I love to do in the art is when I put that ink on the paper, when I put that paint on the paper, when I glue something down, it feels amazing in that moment. There's something that's coming through. When I start writing a song, there's something that comes through that I can feel is in the flow. If I allow it to be in the flow, if I get out of my head about what is someone going to think of this, when I show this to somebody, what are they going to think? If I'm just here right now and I say, when I put that ink or that paint on the paper, how delicious it feels. Like delicious. When you make something, when you create a recipe and you're putting the eggs and the flour and you're mixing it in the bowl, that is creating. When you connect with somebody and the right words come through to you that touches their heart, that is creating. When you lead a meeting and you embrace the entire group to be able to speak honestly and openly and have sparkly ideas, that's creating. I'm looking at my mom, her house burned down. And she had an entire studio filled with art. And before she had the fire, we had talked extensively about what's the purpose of this? What's the point of this thing that we do? And the point is that the more present we can be, the more attuned we can be with that innate source of spirit that is divinely moving through us and giving us presence and creating an energy that is delicious, the more connected we are to God. And the more we do those things, the more that we're actually opening up to our intuitive nature that is allowing the source that is trying to move and manifest through you to exist. And when we close that off, we're putting up armor. Antonio talked about armor in his song too. And the armor that we put up is because we're afraid of being compared. We're afraid of competing. But we decide if we're going to participate in that or not. And I have such gratitude that for my mom, being in the moment and making those pieces meant so much to her. It wasn't the final product. The final product was really nice, but that wasn't the reason. And so as we move forward in our lives and you think, well, I'm not creative, I really hope that you can think of it differently. I hope that you can close your eyes and know that you were brought here on this earth for a purpose. That you are whole, that you are divine, that you are worthy. And you don't need anyone else to hold up the painting and say, isn't it pretty? Because if you enjoy it while you're doing it, it doesn't matter whether it could be in the Metropolitan Museum or it's going to go in the trash can. You loved it. And when we think about singing or dancing or cooking or talking or sparking ideas, what if that was just for you, knowing that you are enough, that you don't need anybody to approve of anything? And when we look at ourselves in the mirror and we walk out the door, we love who we are. And who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? Seriously. What if we all stopped comparing and competing? We wouldn't be in a war. What if we loved each other enough? I loved working at my old job. I worked at a home care agency, and the woman that I worked for, one of my favorite things is when she would stamp the checks, she'd be so excited. Oh, I got enough there's enough for everybody, and she just would be so excited about that there was enough. And she taught me that there was enough business, that we didn't have to compete with the other agencies because there was enough for everyone. That never need to think to yourself, I can't write a song. Oh, Antonio already wrote that song. No, your song is yours to write. Your story is yours to write. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. I had no idea what I was doing 2 years ago when I started my podcast. If I went to comparing, competing, my first podcast that I did, so I'm recovered from alcoholism, and I just celebrated 4 years sober. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I was given the guidance, the creativity, that creative spark to share my transformation story. Many of you know me very well. I'm an entirely different person than I was. An entirely different person. And I'm a different person because I love myself. I can feel my holiness. I can feel my worth. And I don't need to use something to dampen me down or hide from what I was afraid of and the pain that I was feeling. I took responsibility for myself, I did my own work, and I have chosen happiness. And the transformation was profound for me, and the lessons I learned. So I was given this download to share it. And if I had used comparison and competition, my immediate thing would have been like, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't do it, I don't know. But I did a website, and I researched podcasting, and I got out my voice memo on my phone, and I recorded my first couple podcasts. If you go back and listen, the first ones are not the quality that they are today, but the heart was there. Because I was present in that moment of just doing what that creative spark was leading me through, instead of saying, I need it to be as good as Brene Brown's podcast, for example. I don't have to compete with that. And over time, this is creativity, right? They say if you do 10,000 hours of anything, you become an expert, and none of us give ourselves 10,000 hours. So just over time, over the last couple years, just one more step, one more step, one more step. And then I became a metaphysical minister. That's one of the reasons I'm not a unity minister. So I'm so grateful to be able to speak here every couple of months, which will continue, so don't think it's not going to continue. But I can't be a unity minister here because I'm not a unity minister. But I followed those creative pieces because I allowed myself to be in the flow. And it kept giving me inspirations and the next step and the next step. Because God brought you here to live a full life. And living is not easy, but it is not about suffering and being miserable and thinking that you're less than. If you can remember your wholeness and your connection with Spirit, you will open up to that creative drive. And it is uniquely yours, and it is not about anybody else. And so here I am. So a couple years later, the podcast has really increased and become more and more, and I have a whole bunch of clients that are coming in and doing coaching and doing amazing transformations. My focus is in addiction and people around you who are addicted, which, if we're honest, everybody's been affected by addiction in some way. And I don't know what's coming next. And that's okay, because I know that I am being divinely led through this creativity to follow my spark. And I feel supported, and I feel excited, and I feel really scared. Because you can't do anything that is worth doing without having something in you that says, I don't know. But when we step out, when we follow that creative drive, when we work towards the connection with Spirit, the divine, the one that we all are, and we know that there is enough for everyone, that we are all parts of lightness and darkness. But we don't have to hide that. And that's what I love about Brene. She allows us to know that our authenticity comes from vulnerability. It comes from a place of allowing ourselves to not have to be something for someone else. To revel in ourselves, to let God have its way with us, because we were uniquely brought here to be incredible. So if you say that you're not creative, I disagree. And there's lots of ways to open up to creativity. Explore something you don't know yet. Listen to podcasts or TED Talks. Listen to music that you wouldn't listen to. Try recipes that you wouldn't normally try. Go out and do something that you wouldn't normally do. Open yourself up to that creative energy, and know that every time, even when you have a conversation with somebody, you are creating something that didn't exist before. You are the creator of the world, and without you, there's nothing. So to allow that to come into you, into your fullness, and stop playing small. Stop comparing. What's my third quote? I skipped past. There's only people who use their creativity and people who don't. We all have it. Unused creativity doesn't just disappear. It lives within us until it's expressed, neglected to death, or suffocated by resentment and fear. We don't want to suffocate ourselves with resentment and fear. We are too fantastic for that. So I invite you to open yourself up to creativity, to be the glorious, manifested people that Spirit brought you here to be. I want that for you. Thank you so much. I love you all so much.
All right, so I'm going to give a little backstory before we play this next song. If anyone knows where Alamosa is, down in southern Colorado, that's where I grew up. And this song is called Roots and Wings. It's the title track off the new record that I just released. And it's basically like an homage to my mom and my dad, because those are like the two things that a parent could give their children. You know, roots to know where they come from, and wings to be able to pursue what they want to pursue in life. And my mom, she's a retired second grade school teacher who dedicated several decades of her life to educating youth. And my dad, he's like a lawyer and attorney who's always tried just giving the underdog a voice and representing oppressed people. So here it is, Roots and Wings. Mama gave me roots, Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath, Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me air, Daddy gave me a feather. Mama knew the seasons. Dad knew the weather. Mama gave me roots. Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath. Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me air. Daddy gave me a feather. Mama knew the seasons. Dad knew the weather. Mama gave me roots. Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath. Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me sun. Daddy gave me shade. Mama was light. Dad knew what darkness way. Dad knew what darkness way. I am a head on an upside down tree. I am a branch in my family. Mama gave me roots. Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath. Dad taught me to sing. Mama gave me roots. Daddy gave me wings. Mama gave me breath. Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing. Dad taught me to sing.
Antonio Lopez.
Thank you.
Take him home with you today. Get on his email list.
Thank you, Antonio. It's wonderful. Great song, great message. Great Sunday. We're so glad to see you all here today. And you at home as well, thank you for being with us. This is a time in our service where we gratefully receive your love offerings and your tithes and your generosity. We are so grateful for every dollar that comes our way because we couldn't do this work without your support. So our ushers are going to be going through the sanctuary with our bags, and if you're at home watching virtually, you can go to our website, you can text to give. We thank you. Let's say our offertory blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. Amen. So if you're here for the first time, we would love to meet with you. I am one of the ministers here. I'll be out on the patio or in fellowship hall. I would love to meet you if you're new. Or Rachel. Rachel's going to have a greeting line. She doesn't know that I was going to say that, but she needs a greeting line after this service. So meet with us. Let us know that you're here. We'd love to meet you and get to know you and get to know your name, what your name is. So, and if you're online, please go, if you want to be on our email list, we send out 2 emails a week. You can scroll down to the bottom of our homepage and register for our email list. Community news. Janice, feet forward. Are you going to speak to that?
Sure.
Okay.
Who, me? I'll speak. So yeah, we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary of providing meals for our homeless brothers and sisters. We do this through a wonderful organization called Feet Forward. We meet on the third Tuesday of every month, and that Tuesday is coming up this Tuesday, the 15th. We work in 3 crews or 3 teams, one that works to prep and cook, one that works to assemble, and one that works to deliver. So if you are interested in coming and helping us with any one of those, please see me personally or just get online and sign up under Feed Forward interest, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
goes to your email.
Yep,
Yes.
we start at 11:30 on Tuesday, and we got to hear from you. Please don't just show up unless you got it.
Thank you, Janice. Hey, there's a lot going on in the world, and between Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, and the anniversary of the 1-year anniversary of the shooting at King Soopers, where 10 people were killed. We're going to have a meditation service on that 1-year anniversary on March 22nd. It's a Tuesday. It'll be right here in the sanctuary. It'll be very contemplative, some time in the silence, some prayer, some soft music. We'd love to have you join us. No need to register or anything, just show up. That's going to be March 22nd at 6:30. We will also have it available on our website. It won't be recorded and shown later, but it will be available for those that would rather watch from home. So join us then. Small group survey. If you got the email update on Thursday, we're trying to discern which way we want to go with our small group program this spring. Last spring, we didn't have a lot of participation because I think everybody was just ready to travel and get out there, and we want to see if that's the case again this year. So if you would please fill out that survey. It's also in your digital bulletin. There's a link to fill out that survey. It's very short. There's only one question. And only 13 people have signed up so far, so please go to the survey and answer it and help us decide how we want to connect this spring with a small group study. Bill Baker is Bill here?
Yep.
Where are you, Bill? Stand up so everybody can see who you are. He's going to have an astrology reading. I was here, the last one that he did, I think was in 2019, and 2020. Right
Wow.
before we closed the building, and man, some of the things you said, who would have guessed?
It's all his fault.
So join Bill on March 26th. Do we know what time that's going to be? 9:30. 9:30. So join us March 26th. That's a Saturday morning at 9:30 for an astrology reading. It'll be fascinating. And tulips, we are selling tulips. If you want to purchase some tulips, they're $13. There's a form on the email update that we sent on Thursday, as well as our digital bulletin today. They're $13. You can purchase them in honor of someone or in recognition of someone, and those will be printed in our digital bulletin for whoever you're purchasing them for. But let's make our Easter service, our Easter platform beautiful with lots of tulips up here. Are you interested in joining the choir?
Are you interested in joining the choir? So much fun. Talk about small groups. So we're starting up this Thursday. We'll be getting ready for our Easter service. It's always a great time. We always dig in and bring some great music forward and really share and create something beautiful for the community on that Easter morning. So we meet on Thursdays from 5:30 to 6:45 or 7. We'll be outside whenever possible, probably not this week because there's snow in the forecast, but we'll continue to practice safe singing practices, and we want you, so please come and see me.
Thank
or
you.
write at that email address.
Okay. Thank you, Janice. Rachel, come up here. It's okay. You don't need to speak right now. It's our turn. So this woman, we hired her in August of 2019. We saw the minister in you. We didn't know it would mean that you would leave us. But you guys don't know how much she put her whole heart and soul into the job here, how much she loves this community, how much she helped us through what was just a really challenging time when we had to close the building, when we had to go back and forth between open, close, mask, no mask, the whole thing. And it was hard. And Rachel gave it 100%, 110%. And we are so grateful for all the gifts that she brought us here, for the warmth that you felt probably with hugs that she gave you, and her beautiful smile and her beautiful music and voice. And we are just so grateful for her being on staff these last 2.5 years. But she's not leaving us, but she's just leaving the staff. And we are just really sad about that. And we know that she is stepping out in faith. She is doing exactly what we teach you to do here, to follow your guidance. She has this guidance to continue and really give it everything to her business, her Recover Your Soul business. And we are so happy for her that she's able to do this, that she's longing to do this, and she is doing it. So we wish you all the best as you live this dream life of yours, and however it unfolds. And we know we'll be hearing about it in the months to come. So grateful. We've got some other folks that want to say something.
I know, I've already cried my tears. So when I met Rachel, I couldn't believe that she didn't work here already, because she's just always been the Columbine ambassador. And I've watched her move so effortlessly and beautifully between the music team and the rest of the church. In fact, I remember when we started doing these tours, like, let's tour new people. And she's like, I'll do that. And she didn't even work here. It was crazy. So she's been the obvious person and the great fit for this role. I got used to knowing you as your director, and then you became my colleague, and then you became my dear, 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 dear friend. It's really hard to imagine not picking up the phone several times a day to ask you for things. But I know that you're going to be with us, and it's just incredible to watch you spread your wings and go offer out in the world that which we know that you have offered us so gracefully, generously, and completely. I love you madly.
I love you.
It's hard. So over 15 years, and I just remember when I met Rachel, and it was like, there is a minister.
She told me. Yep, Jeannie said, I see a minister in you. And I said, you do?
So clear. The gift, so clear, just so innate with connection and living her spirit, you guys. So so grateful that you've done your work, you found your voice, and you're doing what you need to do. And your gifts are so strong, and they're so beautiful, Rachel.
Thank you,
we just love you so much, and we're going to miss you so much.
Oh, and there's one more. Oh.
In Unity, we try
Oh,
and
my
inspire
goodness.
people to trust and live from their heart. But it's kind of a bummer when a cherished employee decides that following their heart means leaving our employment. Rachel, you have a natural ability to connect and to foster connection. Your openness of heart has really brought great benefit to our community and bringing our community together. So happy that this is just a short blip in your stay with Columbine, and that you're continuing on in our music program and in guest speaking, because you are a light.
Oh, Rachel, gosh. You know, when I heard the news that you were leaving, I'm like, that lady offers really such beautiful inspiration, that real go-get-em kind of attitude. I've certainly have loved it when we've interacted. Thank you for that. Columbine's really going to miss that. Best of luck to you, Rachel.
Yes.
And congratulations for the kudos to find something that's really meant for you, and you're going after it. It's that part of that go-get-em. enjoy.
So we both wish you the greatest in your new adventure.
I'm so touched, and it is Columbine that has given me this foundation. And I think of Sue teaching Prosperity Plus, and the vision that I had. This vision was created 3 years ago in Prosperity Plus. And when Sue became a minister and she stood up here and owned her ministry, that meant something to me, and I was so inspired by that. And Janice, thank you for the gift of song and what you've pushed me for in all these years. And Jeannie, what a gift you are to this community. And you're making those kids downstairs be creative. And I love each and every one of you so much, and I thank you for the love and support. You are my spiritual family. I'm an only child, so look at all these brothers and sisters I have, right? So I hope you'll join us out for cake and come enjoy a celebration. Let us eat cake. Go downstairs.
And there's a card in Foss Hall for Rachel, if any of you want to sign. It's a big card, so sign the card for Rachel. She'll be out in the lobby, so you can all greet her on the way out. Who's our prayer chaplain today? Lisa. Lisa, where will you be, Lisa? She'll be over here. So if you need spiritual support, if anything has touched your heart or something's challenging you, just sit down with Lisa and let her pray with you beautiful words to help clear out that chatter. Okay, let's all stand and sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.